In the sporting world, specifically college athletics, a major source of controversy has stemmed from the relatively new NIL policy within the NCAA. NIL stands for name, image, and likeness, and allows non professional athletes to earn a profit, which for some major athletes can become quite lucrative. Historically, students have been provided scholarships to attend school for free while playing for one of the sports teams. Now, college student athletes can sign endorsement deals, appear in advertisements, profit for autographs, and more. The NIL agreement has been met with a spectrum of both praise and criticism, and I will cover both sides of the argument. My intention is to educate about this unprecedented change in college athletics and highlight the long-standing issue of how we should fairly compensate student athletes. The conversation surrounding financial compensation for student athletes has long been a contentious issue. With many of the schools, especially elite Division I athletic programs, bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars each year, many feel that the students representing the schools and playing a role in earning that revenue deserve to be compensated fairly. Historically, students that accepted any form of payment were often met with severe punishments. In the case of Reggie Bush, a football player who was found to have accepted gifts while a student at USC, his Heisman Award, which was awarded to him for being the best player in college football, was revoked because he violated the NCAA's policy. There were many instances of players and schools receiving punishment for allowing students to profit from their standing as popular athletes. It was not until 2009 that the issue of student compensation came to the forefront. EA Sports, the creator of a popular video game called NCAA Basketball, was sued by a former player for using his name and likeness. After many years of uncertainty and controversy, the NCAA finally began allowing players to profit from their name, image, and likeness in 2019. Now, those supporting the NIL policy argue that students should receive compensation for the massive amounts of money that their respective schools bring in. Also, many students who are not able to turn professional after their collegiate careers are afforded a way to profit from their marketability. On the other hand, those that find the NIL policy problematic often argue that it is ruining college sports. Specifically, bigger athletic programs provide more exposure, and students wanting to profit from their name, image, and likeness will choose where they go to school based on the amount of exposure they will get. This creates many issues for smaller schools trying to cultivate a winning program because their best players will enter the transfer portal to go to a bigger and more well-known school to benefit from NIL. In addition, those opposing NIL say that 18 to 22-year-olds cannot be trusted with such huge amounts of money, and it will increase the likelihood that they get into concerning behavior such as drug use or legal trouble. According to former Alabama football head coach Nick Saban, the NIL policy has created a landscape in college athletics that is no longer about developing players and helping them be successful in life. As it stands, the NIL policy is now the standard for college athletics. And while some disagree with the policy, it is here to stay. Most people on both sides of the argument agree that players deserve compensation beyond their tuition considering how much revenue the schools bring in from sports. However, the degree to which that can be allowed to incentivize players where to attend will certainly shape the trajectory of college athletics in the coming years. Compensating non-professional athletes is a complicated process with many valid arguments on both sides. Players need compensation for the effort and abilities they showcase in college sports. However, the concept of pay to play and money dominating which teams are the best needs to be avoided.